past. There is repentance, there is atonement, and then there is forgiveness. But that's not enough sometimes. So today, we take you on a surreal journey beyond fantasy and reality. Presenting before you, Denouement, a play in one act.
I see that. You're right. You're really old-fashioned. You're a plus.
When you come tomorrow, I want you to bring me that.
Oh, how do you keep winning every single time, Mr. Hubbard? Is there a governance trick or something?
Winning has been my habit, Mr. Guy. I was born to win.
Well, I'm not such a bad player on this game. I can see the lucky of it.
Well, man, come on. Try saying lady luck your side.
Where am I? What place is this?
Looks like the chap was like
I'm not done. I just don't know why I'm here. Where's the cab driver who dropped me here? Lucy!
You need a scientific cab driver around. Find the left one's next right. So handsome. What brings you down to this island?
I don't know. No, I'm not a lunatic. I just can't understand why I'm here. All I remember is I was in a cab when I woke up. Where did I get you? Why did you drop me here?
That's strange. Well, we could inquire upon the cab driver, but we need some information about you. You haven't cared to introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. My name is. I can't even remember my name. That is smoking.
It's no time for you, James Andrew. The man seems to be in great trouble.
I guess he was attacked by someone, and then the cab driver would have been trying to help him out.
But there are no signs of any attack on him.
The man seems to be really tense. Now that he's here, there's no need to panic. Nothing to worry about. We'll sort this out.
Abba? Take it easy, man.
When your legs get wobbly, you should know it's time to sit down and take some rest. Or you will end up becoming the laughing stock. Seems like a new guest has joined as well as a Steve. Who is he?
That's the interesting part, Slater. He has absolutely no idea who he is. His name, his place, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Ah, now that's a great scenario. A guy walks into a bar and has no idea of his past. And I think that would make a great plot for a play. What do you guys think? Okay, so that idea of mine doesn't seem to interest anyone of you. Well, anyways, let me take a good look at this one. Gosh, my eyes are going really bad these days. Howdy. Hey, I know you. Don't I? Do you? Do you know me? Help me out with this.
This is just another test of it.
No, not this time. I really know it. The name's John. John? Oh my.
Do you really know him?
Oh, come on. We go back a long way. John, where have you been? What have you been doing? You've changed a lot. You don't seem a bit like John I knew back then. Hey, you alright? You don't seem to recognize me.
I don't know him. I can't remember him. You don't remember me?
Well, it's not your fault. I've changed a lot. I don't look the least like I used to when I was with you. Time has passed and look what it has did to me. But look at you. You're fit as a fiddle.
There is no need for so much drama, Slater. The child has forgotten everything, and everything he looks you as well. So if you don't know him, tell him out.
He was my best friend. In fact, I was the only friend he had back then. Slumdog. That's what we were. Him and me.
Slumdog? He definitely doesn't seem to be from the slums. This man seems to have been born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Doesn't it? This man should be filthy rich. One could say that you're a slumdog, but not him.
Up his case, man. The fellow might as well be from the slums as Slater said. He might have amassed a fortune somewhere along the way.
Yes, you are right. He might have amassed a fortune somewhere. And behind every fortune, there should be a crime.
I told you the son of a bitch was going to be trouble. I told you to get rid of him. Now that you know that he's a criminal, what are you guys waiting for?
A criminal?
We can keep it, let's later continue. Go on, Slater.
Oh, yeah. So, where was I? Ah, the slum. You know how these slums are, packed with filth and scum. We are a different lot over there. We don't have much dreams. We don't even have aspirations. He was no different. A spoiled child he was. Well, a miserable child who could explain that. And then, he met me one day. And I should say, we got along pretty well.
Never thought somebody would get along with you pretty easily.
He was pretty much like me. Nothing interested in that. A loafer. That's what he was. Good for nothing. We used to spend our time roaming around here and there doing every day felt the same.
If he did nothing, what is his bread and butter? Where did the money come from?
I helped him out often. I used to get money from a family. I was his lone companion.
You were his lone companions. He did some dance with false friends. He's one horse dog now. He should have been a great charmer back then. If it was for me, I would have been head over heels for you.
Well, you got that right, honey. It's strange how love can change everything. With the touch of love, you're born again. It's like a magical potion which, when consumed, takes you to another world. A world of dreams. It made you dream too. Who was she? A beauty she was. But not the kind that takes your breath away at the first sight. Neither the kind that steals your heart before you know it. Well, Mary was not beautiful in the classical way, but never in my life have I met a woman with a more beautiful heart.
Mary, you said? Now, do you remember? Do you remember Mary?
I can see a woman. I can also see much that. But nothing's clear. It's all very vague. You don't remember her? Oh, John, how could you not? Mary was the first good thing that ever happened to you. You just need that one thing, and your life just turns around. Just like what happened with you.
So, did they get married?
Yes, they did. I was the best man. Don't you remember that day, John? Your wedding? I've never seen you more happier until then. Those were such good times, John. You and Mary. Such a wonderful couple. Absolutely made for each other.
Oh, correct. Remember the day he got married? Lots of people came to tell me that we were made for each other. Yes, you are right. You just need that one thing and your life turns up.
The uncle is doing talking, guys. Let's get on with the story.
I am glad I have at least alcohol.
So, after the marriage, you changed a lot. You were no more the good for nothing John. You started to earn a living. You started making money. I should say, you started making money real quick.
What do you do? How do you make money that fast?
You were doing all sorts of wrong business. Drugs, counterfeit money and all that stuff. And you were really good at that. Mary was getting very much bothered by this.
No, you are lying. He's lying. I wouldn't do anything like that. He's making up all this.
The truth is at times bitter, John. You gotta accept it.
So, you were in the mafia? All those gang wars and drug trafficking. I've always found the mafia sexy. And the mafia really turns me on.
Well, he was not yet the mafioso, darling. He was still doing petty crimes. But he was exceptionally good at his job. And that did make him famous among the local gangs. So when there was a tough task, he was the man they would turn to.
You make him sound like a hero. And Lucy seems to have become a huge fan of our hero already.
Well, local gangs are not that dangerous. Any sissy will go and work for them. I don't find it a big deal.
Well, that's true. Local gangs ain't no big deal. But you gotta start somewhere, and then you start to grow. He got his first steps right, and the big thing did come to him one day.
The big thing?
Yes, the Cuban Brotherhood, the most notorious drug gang in the whole United States. They had some deal to be done in our region, and he was the chosen one.
The Cuban Brotherhood, you say? Oh God, savages they were. There were an awful lot of them around.
There were savages, and they were surrounded by enemies all around them wanting their fall. It was never too easy to do a deal for the Cuban Brotherhood. One wrong move, you're just gone.
But he's the hero. How could he lose? That's not what heroes do. Or did our hero here end up a loser?
Well, the consignment was not a cakewalk. There were other gangs waiting to grab it before he could. But he had become a master of the art by now. He did make it. But even then, he had to kill a few who came across him.
It's right that I can't bloody remember anything, but that doesn't mean you can make me believe whatever you want. At first, you made me a criminal, and now a murderer.
Even I couldn't believe it, John. I can't even think of you harming anyone. But I had to believe it because that's what the cops told me.
Cops?
Yes, the cops. They had safely brought the consignment back home. But he couldn't escape the police. He was busted. They were taking him to a prison far away. I came to see you that day, John. Mary was with me too. But little did I know that was to be our last meeting.
What? What do you mean the last meeting?
I'm not seeing you after that day, John. Where have you been? I went places in search for you, but I couldn't find you anywhere. Well, at least I'm glad that I was finally able to meet you here.
What sort of tomfoolery is this? To begin with, the chap has no idea of who he is. Can you tell us you know him? Can you tell us a long story? And you don't know what happened to him?
Slater has left us on a real cliffhanger. Now I'm really anxious. Anxious to know what could have happened to the little.
Ah, Slater. Real trouble for the man here.
But are you really interested to...
Well. Why do you want to tell the story if you can't tell the whole of it?
I've told you the whole story. In fact, the whole of my story. If I had begun with the story, not only him, all of you might have sat here utterly clueless. Well, at least that's not the case now. And after that long story, I'm really tired. I should get some rest.
Well, I think I could be of some help here.
No, really, Lucky. I have never heard my wife offering to help anyone. Never.
How long ago was it you said your framework was still?
Maybe it's been 30 years now, so I think it would have been around the beginning of the day. Yeah.
So this should be the one. This should be the one.
What now? You two know him?
I think I do. You said the Cuban Brotherhood?
Yes, the Cuban Brotherhood. Right.
Then, by the look of things, I think he's the Big John, as they would call him. The Big John of the Cuban Brotherhood.
But how do you know that?
My brother was a part of the gang.
The Cuban Brotherhood?
Yes, they're very safe. I've heard many a story of their crime movement. Stories of bloodshed, stories of deceit. Some of them are quite twisting.
But how can you be sure that he is what was it that you said?
Big John.
Ah, the Big John. How can you be sure of that? You've never seen him before, have you?
No, I haven't seen him, but I've heard about him. I've heard a lot about him from my brother. This Big John. And you could say that it's just an inkling of mine. But from the picture I had in my mind, and now connecting it to what Slater had said, I think he's the one. He should be the one.
The Big John. I got the name too, but I don't recall where. Tell me more of him. Who knows? Maybe it's the Big John himself who may have it.
The Lucona family ran the gang. The family went to the war.
Ah, the Luconas. Old Javier Lucona was a dear friend of mine. I remember those extravagant parties they used to throw at their place from time to time. They were so amazing.
They were rich. And they were very powerful. All because of the gang they ran. The Cuban Brotherhood. And running a gang isn't easy. It wouldn't have been possible without their infamous trumpet. Mad Dog Mike, Who Shot Tony, Hooligan Paul, each more brutal than the last one.
He should have been doing this time. Our friend here took up the assignment has recovered from it.
Exactly. The new boss was not happy with the men he had this time. He was in need of new deadly weapons. Our friend here did end up in prison, but the boss was impressed. He hadn't seen such heroics from anyone in the gang this time.
So, I would look for a wanted him on his side.
You become really bad. I will look on a wanted him on board. I do remember my brother saying that he was the one who had the newfound talent out of you. But little had he known that he had helped someone who would one day end up the deadliest gunman that people have ever seen.
Will you people stop this now? I'm no deadly thugman. I'm no murderer. I'm no criminal. Chances are that you're mistaken. You're probably talking about the wrong man that you got in your mind. I should really get out of here.
You can't leave now. One doesn't know what is right and what is wrong until you have it all up. Let me finish the story. Then we shall decide.
Go on, Red.
The new recruit was exceptional at his job. He was strong, daring, and smart, unlike most others in the gang. And he was ready to do anything for money. However menial it was, however bestial it was, even that it was. He was that hungry for money.
Later, at least you gotta believe me. You're my friend.
A friend whom you cannot remember. I reckon a stranger is always better than a forgotten friend.
It must be really difficult for you going through this ordeal. Let me fix a drink for you.
His rice happened pretty quick. He brought the gang back to his fast growing. He became as good as the brutal thugman the gang once had. Now, he couldn't make some mere John. The boss himself gave him the monsters. The Big John. The Big John of the Prison Brothers.
Big John, the Big John, this guy. What were the other Johns in the gang? Some puny little elves.
You better hold your tongue back. The man here happens to remember even the slightest bit of who he is gonna have a tongue in it.
You still can't remember anything, do you?
I do. Oh. No. I can't remember anything. Thankful.
The Big John had now become Ivan Lukona's right hand. Great point was that it was the Big John, not Lukona, who ran the gang. It was rightly so. Ivan Lukona never took a decision on his own now. He always followed the Big John hands.
So, that's where he made all his money. That's why he's not a slumdog anymore. See, I told you, behind every fortune, there is a crime.
No matter. The beast killer was still not satisfied. He was hungry for more. He was in control of the gang now. Then why does he remain a mere subject? He can dictate himself.
I don't really get you.
He killed Ivan Lukona. Ah, now I remember why Big John is the feminine name.
What? You heard that right here. The Big John killed his boss. He killed Ivan Lukona.
I'll continue from here. I know what happened next.
Oh no.
I used to work as a freelancer for a carpenter in my good days. Once there was a big scoop item, Jalais work of some drug lord. I was a sensational story. He sold like hotcakes. I clearly remember the name. I don't know what I was.
So Big John got arrested once again.
No, not this time.
But why? You just told us the news made it first. And people would have come to know about it. Why did the killer get caught?
Who was the killer?
What are you trying to make fools out of us? It was you who just proclaimed that Big John is the killer.
Yes, the Big John himself was the killer. And I'm sure of it.
Relax, all. I know that too. The Big John was the killer. But there was absolutely no evidence against him. And besides, the death did go down as a normal one. All that has been seen.
Then how do you know it was a murder? And you stick on to the killer, the Big John?
That's one bad habit the women have. You know things that the world does not. Sometimes we choose to tell the world what we know. And sometimes we don't.
So, this time you chose not to tell.
Yes, of course.
But why?
Because none of us dare to.
You were afraid of the Big John?
No, we weren't afraid of the Big John. The Big John was no one.
He was no more around.
But we all feared Don John.
Don John, Big John. Now I am getting confused.
They're the same value. Big John had got into a new spin. Don John, he was the new boss of the Cuban Brotherhood.
But the Cuban Brotherhood belonged to the Lukonas.
Well, not anymore. The Cuban Brotherhood is now owned by the new Don. Don John.
How can you do that? Someone
wanted to be the dead man's successor, was sent to sleep with the fishes.
That's all very strange. How could...
Yes, it is strange. But what do you expect from such a savage? He was the most powerful man in the gang. I mean, Lukona was just the boss for news. He wanted all that I had in his possession. One shot is all that he took, and he had the whole full.
So, that should have been a sudden change of fortune our friend here would have had.
Yes, you're right. He owned the gang now. He owned the Barishi family home in the Lukonas. He owned everything that Lukonas had.
But didn't I even have a wife? I remember seeing her at the parties. She was a beautiful girl in Spain. What was her name? Andrea. I even loved her song. But didn't she go to the cops?
Everyone expected her to. Alan Lukona loved her more than anything else. But was she afraid of Don John? Or was she in love with Don John? This was another interesting piece of news. I made some bugs supporting this.
So the downside?
She chose to remain the Don's wife. Only the Don was now a different man. Just the change of surname for her.
She married Don John. That's really bad of her. But you do have a way with women, don't you?
Can I have a coffee?
Sure.
I really like it. The taste of your lips. Can I get to taste them once again? His name is Janardhan Smith.
I wasn't expecting that at all right now.
So, now you remember your name?
Not just my name. I remember everything.
So, you do agree to all that has been said?
Of course. It all seems like happened yesterday.
So it's like one time. You are Big John.
You are right. I used to be Big John. And like our friend here said, I got to become Don John someday.
Then you must be knowing why you're here. What makes you come to this island?
Ah, that's one thing that I still can't understand. Why am I here? I've never been to this place before.
But wait, I haven't finished my story yet. I have a big note to tell.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Now the gentleman remembers it. I continue your story.
But what would have brought him here? There are some links missing in the chain.
Well, then why don't you go ahead and tell us the rest of your story?
Hell, I haven't confessed in a long time now. What is it that they say? And the sins come out from the mouth of the sinner himself. It heals the soul and he gains the grace of God. Then, let me confess for all the sins that I'm guilty of. So, where do I begin?
You had all that you wanted. Money, power, prestige. You had all that you wished for. What more did you want?
I had everything I desired. I was loaded. I was raking in all the down the world. And I had a sexy woman to share my bed with. People lived in fear of me. More than what a slumdog could have ever dreamed of. Minutes later,
Yes, but John.
oh stop it. I know what you're going to say. I don't care what you think.
So, you are still not done?
Done? At the point of living this life, you're done with it. No, that's not in human nature.
So then,
And that's it. Now, I needed to think of ways to get rid of something. And I started gambling. I should say, I really like the kick I got. A game with life on the other side of the boat.
John, in fact, life is such a game. A game with luck on the other side of the board. No matter how good a player you are, you can't win against luck. But you seem to have played the game really well till now. Luck has always stood by your side. But you never know what chance has in store for you.
That's too much philosophy for someone like me. Anyways, gambling did not serve my purpose as I kept on winning. Then I decided I should try something else. I bought everything I liked, slept with every woman I wanted.
That should have been wonderful.
That's the difference that money makes. When you got the money, no one's gonna stop you. there are going to be no limits.
You become so conceited. You better be careful now.
But he has every reason to be proud, dear. He was some slumdog, son of the little. He wanted more. He wanted to be the king. And there he is.
I should be mentioning this too, as this is a confession of all the wrongs that I've done. You believe I killed Ivan O'Connor. It wasn't me who killed him. It was his loving wife who did that.
Andrea, his wife?
Exactly. She was madly in love with me. But I could never cheat Ivan. I loved him like a brother.
So she killed it for you?
I don't know if it was for me or for her. I do know that she killed him.
How would you do that?
That's really sad.
It's hard to see through love. You never know what's on the other side. The man was in love and was already blinded by it. He couldn't see what was coming.
But how come I didn't find this out? I had done a lot of work for this case. How come I didn't know?
There are many a thing that you do not know. Now, Ivan was dead. I had everything I wanted. I don't like keeping things that don't go of much use to me. And if there's something that I cannot stand, that's deceit. So, I send her packing to Abraham's bosom. Hope she rests in peace.
You killed her too? You make killing seems as easy as eating pie.
You did the right thing. Forgiving is what fools do. And of all things, one should never forgive treachery. He unleashed his wrath upon her. She deserved it.
So, have you told us about all your bad deeds?
You make it sound like a confession for real, woman. Bad deeds. Come on. It's my story. This is what I am.
And who are we to decide what's good and what's bad? It's not necessarily that both good and bad exist here. If there isn't any bad, then what's good by the way?
But you have left out something, Jonathan.
Jonathan? Reminds me of Mary. Mary used to call me Jonathan. John, Big John, Don John, Mr. Smith. There are a lot many names for one man. But I did miss being called Jonathan.
Was Mary the only one?
Yeah. Oh, no. There was another woman, a hooker. She called me Jonathan too. I don't remember her name.
Jennifer.
Yes, Jennifer. She was unlike all the other women I knew. She had something special in her. How do you know her?
She was a dear friend of mine. And she has told me a lot about you. But I hadn't known you were the Jonathan that she talked about. Had I known that earlier, I could have been of great help to you.
Well, that's not a problem at all. I'm of the belief that there's a time for everything.
I share that with you. What should come to you shall come to you. It's just a matter of time.
You don't seem American. Where did you meet her?
Where did I meet her? I don't quite remember where or when I had met her. You know, I keep traveling around the world. So it's easy to forget your first meeting. But we're really close now.
What is called Jennifer's story? I reckon she's another lady that this guy has slept. I guess it's time for the gentleman to leave now.
Yes, I should leave now.
Why hurry, Jonathan? Why don't you wait for a bit longer?
Why should I? I don't have any business left here. Maybe I could go find the cab driver who brought me here and get to know what had happened.
You don't have any business left. You know that. But we do.
What?
We have some business left with you.
What business?
Well, you need not go looking for the cab driver now. He can be here.
Here? What's he doing here? Does he work here?
Does he work here? No, it's just a plan for.
It's time now.
It's later. What's all this? What's happening here?
You are about to know that, my dear friend.
You know who I am, don't you? My limbs. My limbs are going weak.
It's not even drinking, dear. That's still time. That's still time for us to talk.
Who are you? What do you people want?
Who are we? Is that important? What do we want? To be honest.
Data, you can't do this to me. You're my friend.
A friend whom you left when fortune came knocking at your door. Forget me. How could you have forgotten Mary? How could you have left her?
I did not. I wanted to be rich, but that was not just for me. I wanted Mary to live like a princess. That's where I had to go.
Then, why did you come back?
Why did I come back? I could not.
Ah, you could not. There is still something you don't know, John. Mary was not alone when she came to meet you for that final time. She had a part of you growing within her. She gave birth to a beautiful girl. You should have seen her, John. She was an angel. Your daughter. Your blood.
You killed my brother. Why? He helped you. He was a friend of yours. He stood by your side in all your needs. Yet, you spared him.
No.
And Ivan, you yearned for all that he had. You desired for all that he had. It may have been Andrea who killed Ivan, but it was the desire of yours that served as a fuel for the fire.
But, and Andrea, you killed her. But she loved you. She loved you more than anyone else. She killed the man who loved her just for you. And you?
You want more of everything. Nothing could satisfy you. You thought no one could stop you. You thought you were the most powerful man out there.
And Jennifer, why did you do that to her?
I did no harm to her. She was already a prostitute. And I even paid her more than what she was worth.
Then there's some respite for you there. At least you're not going to leave with the regret of not having seen Jennifer. She was your angel. Your blood. Your only daughter.
Oh, please, stop it. I can't take it anymore. You're the one who dropped me here. He's the one. You're also part of the plan. What happened? Are you going to kill me?
Part of the plan. All things in life. There's only one thing that you cannot plan at all. And of all the things in life, there's only one thing that can be certain of. I don't know why people are so scared of death. It's life that you need to be scared of. It's life that gives you all the sorrows, all the pain, and death comes to take all the things. In that way, I'm your friend. A friend who will help.
He was not interested in it. I was not interested in it.
He was hungry for money. I was hungry for money.
He under his crack of water. I under my blood.
He loved just the flesh. I love just the flesh.
He wanted all that Ivan had. I wanted all that Ivan had.
He didn't have no lips.